do love that. I do love that introduction. It does sound like, have I got news for you? I'm sure we've got it from somewhere proper. Good evening. Hopefully you're at home now with your feet up. But if not, maybe you're in the van, not driving, of course. Hopefully you're watching along. And let us know where you are. We'll give you a little shout out, or shout out, as they say. Tell us what you've been doing. Tell us what you've been up to. Today we're talking about NFTs and about crypto stuff. So I'd really love to hear from you if you've been involved in that or you're in that world yourself. I've got two brilliant guests that we're going to talk to today about that. And but please do put comments in if you're in that world and you know stuff about it, because it's good to share, because it's quite a new thing, isn't it? But we're going to explain to you exactly what it is, so you know exactly what to do if you're interested in that. So I've got my guests with me. My first guest is Sean. Hello, buddy.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you do, mate? What do you do for work?
Groundworks.
Groundworks. Where are you from?
Corby, I live in.
From Corby. That sounds a long way away.
Northamptonshire. About 50 miles from it.
Oh, is it? Didn't take too long to get down then.
An hour.
So what machine are you working in?
I'm a bit embarrassed to say, actually. 5 ton at the minute.
Is it? That's like a little one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're driving the trucks rather than doing the like the digging out
Services, curbs,
oh, okay.
bits like that. Footings.
Yeah.
Not in the 5 ton, but that's what we do.
Busy as?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you work for yourself or do you work for a company?
Self-employed for a company.
Yeah.
Subcontracted.
Oh, okay. Still enjoying it?
Yeah.
That was very convincing.
It's something different every day. That's why I chose groundworks as a career choice, really.
Yeah.
I did factories for a while, and it was like under a yellow light. It's just not natural. It's no good.
Yeah.
The buzz of a site is just.
I got to wear a yellow vest.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that for?
11, 12 years.
Oh, is it? Quite a while, then. Yeah. Old timer now.
Yeah, I've done my time on the shovels, and I'll get to sit in the digger.
With the heater on full.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in, mate. And we got Chris, but it's written down as Crypto Chris here.
Oh. That's because it's in the Discord. That's why.
All right, okay.
Training's Discord.
But if you don't know what Discord is, we will tell you about that in a minute. Chris, what do you do, mate?
I'm a bricklayer. I've been doing that for, I think, about 18 years now.
Yeah.
So that's why my face is so mangled up.
It's not nice
and cracked. I come from Kent, and I just have a small builds business with my brother. We mainly do self builds. We do garden walls and sometimes an extension.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So sort of some smaller stuff then, rather than big.
Yeah, we like to keep it small.
Yeah.
Makes it easier.
We just do garden walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you busy?
Yeah, very busy. Yeah, very busy at the moment. So
just you and your brother?
Yeah, and our little labourer. So
all right.
Yeah, it's good.
So in your spare time then, so you're into this sort of new world of NFTs and cryptocurrency stuff. Just tell us what does NFT stand for?
So that's a non-fungible token.
We were trying to work out how to say that. Non-fungible token. And what does that mean?
So basically, if something that's fungible, a fungible token is something that can be swapped like for like, nothing changes. So for example, £10 note, if I swapped a tenner for you and for your tenner, nothing would have changed there. No values lost. Whereas a non-fungible token, if you think of it more of like a collectible, so say like the Mona Lisa, you can copy the Mona Lisa a million times, but the Mona Lisa itself is the main art, and that won't be swapped for a copy of it, or even like a footy sticker. If you had your favourite footy sticker and you preserved it really well, and someone else had the same footy sticker that they didn't preserve so well, your one's more valuable. Right. So it's not a like for like. Okay. Yeah. And how long have you been involved in it? How long have you been? I've been in cryptos for about 3 years now. I love the world. I think it's definitely the future. It's definitely worth getting into because this is the direction we're all going to now. So, okay. So what about you, buddy? You've been in the crypto world. Have you been?
Crypto for like 13 months.
Okay.
So there's no escaping it. It's happening. Yeah. It is the future. There's so much involved in it. There's literally governments are looking at it. Yeah. So that tells you how big it is.
Okay. So how did you get into it? What happened?
Sort of like, I suppose, a lust for money. I mean, you can stick a tenner in the bank.
That'd make a good t-shirt.
Yeah, you stick a tenner in the bank, in 12 months' time, you got £10 free pence if you're lucky.
Yeah.
You stick a tenner into crypto, in 3 months' time, you could have
£9.
Yeah. equally, you could have £90.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's hit and miss. you got to do your research, see what you're into.
Yeah.
If it looks good and the team looks good behind it and stuff, you could be onto a winner. You could be onto nothing.
So how does cryptocurrency act? I don't understand. How does it go up in value? What do they do? What do they do with it?
Market dominance is to do with Bitcoin.
Right. Okay.
Bitcoin was the first one that started it, and now you got countries adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. So when that flies up, everything else flies up.
Okay.
The money that flows through that flows down to your lower coins.
So does it take over your life? You're working in a day. We do 8 hours in a day. Does that take up the whole of your evening now? This trading and
When you first get into it, it takes over your life.
Yeah, it really
For
does.
literally your first couple of months, you're just glued, and you're watching it, and there's so much emotion involved. But over time, you got to learn to trade without your emotions. If you trade with your emotions, you'll lose all day long.
you mean getting really upset when it loses?
But watching it go flying, and, you'll sell everything for 10 grand that you've invested, say 500 quid into.
Yeah.
But then, yes, okay, you've got 10 grand, but in 6 months' time, that could have been £100,000. That's where you're trading with your emotions of, do you take 10 or do you wait? In that next 6 months, it could go up more. Yeah, it could go down equally.
Yeah.
It's very much a gamble, but you can do a very educated gamble with it down to your research.
Okay. I was working with a plumber a few months ago, and he was. And the thing I've always found about you crypto guys, you sound like a different breed of people. You're not, but you guys that are into crypto. Crypto guy sounds like a sort of 80s band, doesn't it?
Sounds quite like it. I might call myself.
We're sat on the stalls. All the guys I speak to are so into it that they can't stop talking about it. And this plumber was like doing his plumbing job. You could tell he didn't really like it. And as soon as I started talking about it, he was like on one about this. And he goes, I go home at night time. He goes, I've got 2 screens, sort of like the Wolf of Wall Street. And he goes, I'm on there for 6 hours. From the moment I get home, I'm on there for 6 hours. And he was like absolutely sort of buzzing about it. Does the NFT, is that the same sort of thing? Does it have the same sort of effect?
NFTs are sort of slightly different because they're not as volatile, really. They're not as liquid normally as cryptocurrencies in general. So with an NFT, you'd want to look for, because most people think they're just JPEGs, which sometimes, yes, they are. But there's so much more to NFTs than people actually realize, because a lot of NFTs hold a lot of utility. And by that, I mean, they offer real world value in terms of some. So if you think of NFTs as like a share in a company, and some of these shares might give you dividends, some of these shares might give you even voting rights. That's essentially what an NFT is. You're holding a share that gives you access to utilities. Some of them might be a day out. Some of them might be access to clubs. There's loads of different utilities. So it's always good to look at what you're getting into first and really research it, because again, there are a lot of scams out there, but that doesn't mean that NFTs themselves are scams. It's just the same with any market. You'll always get the scammers that will try and take your money. Your job is to do your due diligence and make sure that what you're getting into is the correct thing and has a good chance of going up. That's why Tradies, in fairness, is a brilliant idea for NFTs, because it's got a business behind it. We know on the tools. There's no chance of a rug, because if they did that, that would look terrible on their company.
Investing in the brand.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it. You're investing in the
You
brand.
trust the brand on the tools.
Yeah.
You guys are looking at releasing your NFTs called Traders. Even though it's called Traders, it's still on the tools.
Yeah.
You've got a massive backing, a massive following.
Yeah.
That's where all your research and everything kicks in. If, like, say I was to release one and go, right, I'm going to sell 20 pictures of that brick.
How much?
Yeah, give me $1 million for that picture, and then I'll just disappear off the face of the earth. What have you invested in?
Mm.
You've got a picture of a brick. It's not worth anything.
Yeah.
You've got a massive backing, a following. All your credentials are in place, basically.
Yeah.
And that's where your research kicks in. Without your research, it's just it's like jumping in with a shark.
Yeah.
You're not going to come out on top.
When you're working with other guys on site and you know it's lunchtime and stuff, how do you explain it to them? What's their response to it when you talk to them about the crypto?
A lot of people are instantly like, "Oh, scam! I know a mate who did this, and he lost loads of money." And then you get your other guys who go, "Oh, my mate did this. He's a millionaire," but they can't explain the process of what he did, how he got there, and they don't actually know what the like Joe Blogs is worth now.
Yeah.
It's just what somebody's told them.
Yeah.
But you start talking to them about it, and then they're like, "Oh, I'll have a look at that." That, you know, their ears prick up a little bit when you start talking money. And
A lust for cash.
Yeah, it literally is. It literally is. Like, money makes the world go round at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And everybody wants it.
Yeah. What about on your site when you talk to the guys? Are they skeptical?
Yeah, very. And it's a lot of blank faces, or like I said, you've just spent loads of money on a JPEG. That's the hardest part, is trying to get people to understand beyond what they're just told in, I don't know, media sometimes, where they say, yes, crypto's a scam or NFTs are a scam.
You'll see it on your pictures that you release onto your Facebook page and stuff, of like your sneak peeks and stuff of your traders that you're going to release. Somebody will take a screenshot of it and sarcastically put in the comments, "Oh, I own that now."
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you haven't got the certificate.
Yeah, you've got the one of one. You're not buying the provenance that comes with that.
Yeah. And
it's a contract code.
Exactly, and it's all on the blockchain. And so it's in a smart contract. You can always, like I said with the Mona Lisa, if Mona Lisa was digitalized into an NFT, you'd always know who owns the actual Mona Lisa. You could copy it a million times.
You can walk in the museum and take a photo with your phone.
Yeah.
I've got the Mona Lisa. You haven't. You've got a picture of the actual one is on the wall there.
Okay. And the NFT space is just going to go so much more beyond that. You're going to get, well, houses have been sold as NFTs,
Really?
property-backed NFTs. Yeah, a guy, CEO of TechCrunch, I think it was, he bought a house or an apartment for using Ethereum, using ETH, and then went a step further and backed it by using an NFT. So basically what that does is it's the smart contract's already made in the NFT now. So if he wants to sell it, he just sells the NFT along with the apartment. All the deeds are in there, everything. It cuts the middleman out. And it's just going to go beyond so much, because especially with the DeFi space now, which is decentralized finance within the crypto world, you're going to be able to use your NFTs as collateral to get money out, to get loans out and things like that. It's just it's a mad
your
space.
NFT can become your guarantor.
Exactly.
So it doesn't actually matter what the picture is. Like you're not really into what the picture is.
Can be anything.
Yeah.
Unless
you're not looking at it going, "Oh, that looks like
it's the code and the utilities attached to it that make its value.
And the utilities are the things you're getting into places, getting the day
There's
here.
There's nightclubs in America.
Yeah.
You have to buy an NFT while you're in the queue, or you can own it beforehand to actually get access. So rather than just going up to the door and paying $10, $15 or whatever, that's your proof of I've already paid.
Yeah.
And things like that. And the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Bored Ape Yacht Club. Yeah,
they're doing like $1 million parties.
Really?
On yachts.
What about a cold night in Stoke? Is there any way you can go with that?
And what?
A cold night in Stoke.
I'll bet you'd sell it.
Yeah.
Well, we've got some comments coming. Let's see who's writing in. Hello, Neil. Thank you for writing in, buddy. I've just started investing in crypto on Coinbase, putting money into ETH, as you were calling it.
Yeah.
What's Coinbase? Explain that to me.
Coinbase is a central exchange, so they're called CEXs, CEX, central exchange, and it's just basically a way to onboard your fiat currency, which is pounds to us, and you can then convert that from pounds to ETH.
Fully understand it. Like he's using all the references there. Like your fiat. That's basically just pounds.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
DYOR. Do your own research.
Yeah.
It's like a whole nother terminology attached to it.
Yeah.
Like you'll read into it, and I think that's where most people though get confused, who are skeptical about it. They'll look into it, and it just all looks like jargon.
Yeah, it is.
But you break it down to actually what it means. It's just basic, and it's just a quick way of writing things.
Yeah. That's a good way of explaining it.
And it is, because I'm a bricklayer. I'm not techie at all. And don't get me wrong, I've studied this hard, but even I can learn it. So if I can learn it, anyone can learn it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, we've got to have that passion, I suppose.
That's what it is. You got to want it.
Yeah, which you guys definitely got. I can tell that. Next comment is from Matthias. Hello, buddy. Hi from Sweden.
Awesome.
Crikey. I wonder what they're doing in Sweden. Do they use NFTs in Sweden? Do you think?
I'd imagine so. Yeah.
Worldwide.
And our last one for now, Michael. Hello, Michael. What are your favourite NFT projects at the moment?
Traders.
Look at Michael. Look, even Michael's on the NFTs. What's your favourite project?
I've got a few. Tradies is actually one of it, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on here.
Yeah.
I actually really like what they're doing, especially with the new card that they've got coming out, the NFTC.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll speak about that later, maybe. But so tradies is definitely a project to look out for. Blockchain burners is another project that I'm in. It's very small at the moment, but they're growing. So I'm really looking forward to them. Gambling apes. I mean, they own. They're an online casino, basically. Yeah.
So when we're saying project, what's a good way of explaining what NFT project? What that's not like in the terms of we would do a building project. It's
no, not really. It's a different business, basically. That's the simplest way to put it.
A project could be a game that
Yeah.
somebody's developing.
Right.
Like,
They're different businesses.
if you took Mario, everyone knows Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
If they did NFTs for Nintendo back then, and you could buy a picture of Mario and stuff like that, and every time you leveled up on that game, your NFT would probably go up in value, or you could add something to your character to make it more and more unique.
Yeah.
That's basically a project, is what it's attached to.
Yeah.
And it's all about the collection behind it. So they'll all mint new collections all the time. And yeah, so each collection will be separate to that certain NFT project.
They have different real world uses.
Yeah.
But Sean, you said you're just getting into the NFT. Well, you're sort of more crypto based, but
I've got a couple of NFTs, none that are worth anything and stuff like that. Like part of this group that I'm involved with, I've got an NFT from that. I've got NFT from being on Binance and things like that, just participating in different bits, and they give you them for free.
Okay.
And it's a great way to get into it because you can understand what you've got, and no, they're not of any value, but it also makes you think like, okay, well, that's how you do it. That's how you mint it and things like that. And minting it is basically you taking ownership of it. You have to pay a gas fee of Ethereum to mint it.
Okay.
And things like that.
But you're right about the glossary, aren't you? Because that what you just said then, I know people be going, I don't know what he's going.
Yeah.
So that could, like we said, that could be one of the barriers to people going, I don't want anything to do with that, because what you're talking about is so.
It's the same as anything. Though. You break it down and you learn it at your pace.
Yeah.
You will fully understand it.
So where would you go to learn about this type of thing? If we're sat there now going,
for NFTs, specifically NFTs, I'd be looking on like OpenSea.
OpenSea.io.
It's a website.
OpenSea.
And it's basically like Facebook Marketplace for NFTs.
Okay.
And you can look at different ones, different projects, buy into them, and then go through the whole minting process of buying your Ethereum, having it in a wallet, like a cyber wallet, basically. And then you're paying out of that wallet to take full ownership of that certain picture or NFT.
Okay.
And another place I really would go to look is the Discords of the certain projects.
Just about to ask you that. So just explain to us what Discord is.
So Discord is basically like a WhatsApp with a few more bells and whistles thrown onto it.
WhatsApp has a limited number of members.
Yeah.
Discord doesn't.
Okay.
And Discord, it is a bit hard to get used to when you first get into it. I don't know if that's just because I'm old now, but it is a lot harder to get into. But once you do get it, it's really easy. It does become simple, but it really does help because they'll always have official links on there to their project, which you should always use. Don't use any other links. Always use the official links. And they'll have different chat rooms that you can go into. You can ask questions. You can go into general chat. Got crypto chat, things like that. So, like I said, if you went into the Tradies NFT Discord, you can really learn from people in there. Because, like I said, I'm in there, Sean's in there. We've got a lot of people that are in there that know what they're talking about.
So Discord's was it like a Facebook group? You can go in there and you can post questions and
it's full of submenus as well. So, like you want to know something specific. Chances are that question's already been asked 20 times.
Okay.
So you can go into like general chat or crypto chat or NFT chat and scroll through it and have a read.
So we've got a Discord for tradespeople, which is if you go to tradiesnft.com, then there will be a link there. That's most definitely the best way to get to it. And there's about 800 other guys in there and girls that can tell you if you want to find anything about it, or you already know about it and you want to get involved in it, go to tradiesnft.com and just follow the link to our Discord there. And there will be people like these guys in there that will be able to answer your questions. And because if you're not used to this, there'll be a lot of questions you have. I'd have like hundreds of questions. And if I'm right, it's a nice community of people, isn't it? It's a good community.
Yeah. No, it really is.
Every project has its own sort of community that fully back it.
Yeah.
And they're the best people to talk to.
Yeah, definitely. And there's no sort of, everyone started somewhere, especially learning. And actually, I want people to get into crypto because I can see the utility that crypto is going to have in the world in general. So it's not about making people feel stupid. If you've got a question, ask, because we all have questions. Yeah. And even if you're not into crypto at all and don't want to get into crypto, but you're in the trade, just go in, because it's a good banter. There's loads of banter in there, but it's like being on site. You've got the banter there, but you don't have to work. Yeah. So it's still like being on site, really. Yeah. But
for some of them.
Whoops. So yeah, it's a good community just to have a laugh in, even if you're not interested in the crypto.
It's like-minded people.
Exactly. That's
what makes it like the best community. Is you're all in there for the same reason. Yeah. So it makes it so much easier to ask what you would think is a stupid question. There's no such thing as a stupid question.
No,
that's right.
Literally, like you can ask the most stupid question. You'll get the odd person who'll go, "Oh bloody hell," you know what I mean, and jive at you. But you'll get 10 perfect answers.
Yeah. Exactly, that's right.
Now, so I think a good way of explaining things, I always sort of tell my kids and stuff, a good way to explain is, imagine you explain the stuff to your gran, because especially my 2 grans, I'd really have to make it quite simple. And like with this stuff, I would need that explaining to me. So if your gran was on the phone to you and she said, "Oh, I've heard something about these NFTs. Just explain to me what they were." How would you break that down into really simple gran-like language?
I'll probably say, "Gran, what are you doing up? Looking at NFTs?"
So I'd be worried. She's been dead a while.
It's a miracle.
She's in the Discord.
It's a miracle. So how to explain to your gran what an NFT is? Yeah. That's the simplest way I'd explain it. Is it's like a share in a company. Okay. Depending on obviously what NFT you're going through, because there's so many. You do get artwork NFTs that are solely just art. Yeah. You do get utility NFTs. You get music. You get domain names, website domain names. So I'd probably try and explain to her for about 10 hours what each one of them was. Yeah. But yeah, it's essentially a share in a company. Okay. That's what it is.
In the old days, it would have been stocks and shares.
Yeah, exactly. It's that.
Okay. So you on the phone to your new gran that you haven't seen for a while, and she's saying, "Sean, tell me step by step how do I get started in this stuff from scratch? What would you do, like step by step?"
Google will be your best friend.
Okay.
If you know how to Google and ask a question, there will be 3 million answers for you there.
Yeah. Are they the right answers?
Read through, break them down, take bits from everything that you read. Don't just take one as gospel. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's research.
It's about going down the rabbit hole.
You've literally got to go down that rabbit hole and then go a bit further and until
you realise, oh, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Come back, go to
you'll read something that goes, well, that completely contradicts what I've just read.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you can back out a little bit and you go down the next route. And you'll pick it up as you go along. It's not overnight. It's like I've been in a year. I don't fully understand the NFTs at all. I know bits about them. Crypto, I know a lot more of because I'm involved in a group where I pay for a subscription, and I've been heavily involved in that.
Okay.
But NFT wise, it's like another learning curve.
Okay. What do you think? What would you say step by step you would do? From day one you have to do to get into it.
To get an NFT that you've seen that you liked and you're happy with. Firstly, I'd set up a completely different email address. Okay. Because you don't want to get hacked through an old email address. Set up a new one with a good security behind it. Right. Proton Mail is actually quite good for that. So
Proton Mail.
Proton Mail. I'm not paid for this, by the way. But Proton Mail is actually good for security-wise for emails. Once you've done that, go to a central exchange, so like Coinbase or Binance, Qcoin, anything like that. But Binance and Coinbase are the top ones, really. Okay. Set up there, you'll have to do verifications to get in there. But then once you've done that, get your money in your bank, get it out of there as quick as you can, get it into Binance or Coinbase.
You need to have a bit of a crypto knowledge to be into an NFT.
Yeah,
because you have to turn Great British Pound into another currency, a digital currency.
Yeah.
Then you can buy your NFT. If it could be advertised in Ethereum, it could be advertised in any number of coins. So you need to be able to buy that coin and hold that coin to then be able to buy that NFT.
Okay, it's a bit of knowledge.
So then once you've
Email
done
address,
that,
Coinbase,
Coinbase. It sounds long-winded, but once it's done and set up, it's done. It's like when you buy a little seasoning for your, I don't know, curry that you've got. You only have to buy it once. You know what I mean? But once it's done, it's done.
It's a basic transaction.
Yeah, and then after that, you just swap it for whatever network it's on. Say it's on the Ethereum blockchain. So you'd buy ETH to be able to make those transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. You then send that to another wallet, a MetaMask wallet, basically. Or I think Coinbase are now doing something where you can go straight from there to a Web3 DApp. But basically, you'll then go to the site that you want. Say you're minting for the first time. You're minting a tradie. You'd go to the tradie's official.
Don't say that on site very often.
I'm minting a tradie. Sounds bad, doesn't it? But say you're minting a tradie. You'd go to their official website after you've got your ETH, and then you would just literally connect your wallet to that website. It'll all interact with each other. And then you'd press the mint button and it would mint it for whatever.
So what's the Coinbase thing set up? Sounds pretty straightforward.
So Coinbase, I think, I don't actually know this, but I think they're making it a lot easier for people to onboard their
MetaMask. MetaMask is your easiest route.
Yeah, MetaMask is good for
holding Ethereum in there to connect into to then buying with.
Okay. Well, that's very useful. Thank you very much for that. We've got a couple of comments here from Stuart. Hello, Stuart. Thank you very much. God, nice logo there. That's a bespoke brickwork. Could be a rival. Do you recognise Stuart?
I don't actually know.
Fellow bricklayer here. I own Hapes /Threelanders and Doodles. That means more to you than me, I reckon.
I only actually know Doodles. None of the others.
Tell me what the utility of the tradies is. Would you know the answer to that?
So the utility of the tradies is they'll do giveaways and days out. They're doing things like
So when we're talking about tradies, we're talking about our
Tradies
NFT. Yeah, so tradiesnft.com.
Yeah. So you'll have days out. You'll have, I think they're doing a theme park. They're renting out a theme park at one point to.
How cool would that be?
I know, it'd be mental, wouldn't it? That'd be so good.
No queues.
And doing trips to New York, all paid for, things like this. So there is a lot of utility there in just terms of that. But then they're doing like 5 ETH monthly giveaways.
Yeah.
Like that's a good bit of money in your pocket if you win that.
So is this all? How do we get onto that? Is that through the tradiesnft.com or is that through Discord?
Yeah, so if you went onto the tradiesnft.com, they'd have the roadmap there. That's basically what you're looking at to see what the utilities are. Look at the roadmap and it will tell you everything you need to know. And then, like I said, while you're there, you might as well click the Discord button, get in there, get involved, say hello to everyone, and you'll learn more about
Discord is the trustworthy place to.
Did you know that the universe is the shape of a Pringles chip, and a Pringles chip is the shape of your tongue? True story, man popping.
It is. If you definitely.
Yeah.
And if you click that button, you'll definitely go. You'll basically get sent an invite link to join their Discord. If you don't have Discord, you have to obviously download the app. But then the invite link will be sent. Click accept, and then you're in. You might have to do a few verification things. It sounds a lot of work, and it sounds like it's like, oh, sod that, I won't do it. But
basically, you can do it sat in your pants in your chair.
Yeah.
In front of your
If you've got WhatsApp, Discord's no different, just more members.
Yeah.
Basically.
And it's worth doing it because once it's done, and then like I said, it just opens up so much more to you.
Yeah.
And there's good investment opportunities there. Obviously, not everything's going to be a good opportunity at all.
Yeah.
There are a lot of scammers out there, but like I said, at least with the tradie NFT, you know that we know on the tools they're a brand.
Yeah.
And you know that you're not going to get rugged at the very least. You know what I mean?
Going to get rugged. Next comment is from Stuart again. Stuart, I'll do an NFT on the tools, especially a secure guard saga. Such a good program that. If you haven't watched the Site Interceptor, you must catch up with that. Yes, welcome. Make one of him. That'd be fantastic. But just give it to us for free. That'd be fine. What's the benefits of it? What's the if you were talking about NFTs and crypto? What's the benefits to someone if you were trying to convince me to do it?
Benefit was, particularly crypto can be a gamble, but your NFTs are your utilities which are attached. So the bigger the utility, the more benefit you get from owning and holding on to that.
Yeah.
And then if it's not for you, there's always a secondary market where if you bought it for X amount, you can sell it for double.
Yeah.
Because somebody will be interested in that, but they didn't get in at the early stage. You were in early, you got it at an early price. Now you can sell it for a higher price.
Yeah.
So there's a money side of it, but there's also a what you gain from just holding it side of it.
Okay. From just the benefits that come with it, the utilities.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Why should people invest in it apart from the 3 days in New York and in the theme park?
Well, it's all personal, really, isn't it? Everyone's got personal risk, and everyone's situations are different. The reason I invest in things like this is because the utility works for me. So that's what, like you were saying, you've got to look at the utility behind a project. I love
research into everything is key.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're putting in real world money that you have gone to work for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you wouldn't open a window and throw it out. Potentially, that's what you could be doing.
Yeah. What else? But with we're talking about the Discord, and tell us about because we've got this like really super cool thing called the Founders Pass.
Yeah.
I can tell already you're excited by this.
It's good. It's really good.
Talk us through that, because now really is the time to get onto that, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. So the Founders Pass is like, honestly, it's fantastic value for money.
Yeah.
Basically, they're rewarding people, especially from what I'm gathered, they want the tradies to be in a good position for, especially the original tradies that have come in. So this Founders Pass will essentially give you a free NFT for every season that they do, which is like honestly insane value. It's like 0.15 ETH to be able to get one of these trading cards, and that is insane value for what you get. Then you get added to the whitelist. So whitelist basically means you're one of the people that get to. It's a pre-sale basically. You're one of the first ones to be able to mint when it comes about.
You're in at the earliest price.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get a cheaper deal basically. And you'll be part of a DAO in there. And a DAO is basically a decentralized autonomous organization. Big word, I know.
That's what DAO stands
for. Basically.
I was just standing there, what does that mean, DAO?
I've got it now, yeah. So a DAO basically means you sort of have voting rights. So like I was saying before with common stocks common shares, you'll get divvies, but you also might have voting rights. Well, this is giving you voting rights for future projects, for the direction of where things are going to go with it. So that really interests me as well, because obviously I'm a crypto nerd. And also the Bob charity, they'll give, I think it's 5%, is it?
Band of Builders.
Yeah, Band of Builders, they're giving 5% of the profit made to Band of Builders, which is an awesome charity.
Yeah,
so,
it's brilliant charity, yeah.
This is what I mean. It's a good
no-brainer, isn't it?
It's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah,
and this is what I mean. I'm in the trade. I love on the tools, and I love crypto. So when I heard they were doing an NFT, I was straight in there.
So our best route to this is go to the website tradiesnft.com.
Yeah.
Join the Discord.
Yeah, I would.
Go in there, ask the questions, and sort of purchase one of those Founders Passes, and then
I would, because there's only 400 going to be ever made, and once they're gone, they're gone. I mean, you'd be able to buy them on the secondary market, but it's insane value for money. For me, I don't want to tell anyone where to spend their money, because I don't think that's fair. But for me personally, I'm definitely getting one. No, I'm getting two actually.
Okay,
I can't lie. I might get three if the missus lets me.
Last words of wisdom, buddy. What if someone was thinking about it and they're not quite so sure? What would be your last words of wisdom there?
Knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Okay.
Do your research. Look into the projects you want to be involved in. If it's viable, get in as early as possible. That's where you're going to make your money, or you're going to I benefit from being involved.
Yeah. So research. That's the key, isn't it? What do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, same, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Really do your research and stuff, because
It's the same with anything. There's a lot of scams. There's a lot of people just literally trying to get access to your money.
yeah, and security.
Research and if you research and you do your security right, everything is safe.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming, chaps. One lucky person has won a On the Tools hoodie. We usually got it on the table. I didn't tell you at the beginning, but we do give away a hoodie each time we do this. And the winner this week is all the way from Sweden, Matthias. Sorry if I haven't pronounced your name correctly there, but Matthias Robertson, please send your details into the page on a message with your size and your Swedish address, so we can send that across to you. And thanks so much. Thanks so much for your comments. Just one final word: get yourself to tradiesnft.com. You'll find loads more about it. You can join the Discord there, and hopefully we're pointing in the right direction. Thanks for coming, chaps. All the best. Cheerio.